Hi everyone and welcome to Sacred Star Tarot. This is your reading for the new moon on the 27th of April. So let's get a moon reading to find out what you can expect on this new moon and how to work with the energies that are coming up. So this new moon, of course, is in Taurus. So the spotlight and the focus of this new moon is all about regaining your foundation. And as I was tuning in and meditating on your energy and the energy of the full moon and how it will be affecting us, the words that were coming up were to regain stability. And if you came out of Aries season with all that fire and intensity, we've had a lot of intensity in the astrology over the last month or two. Now is the time to regain your foundation, to feel settled again, to ground. And that is going to be the energy that we're moving into in Taurus season and particularly the new moon. So that's a bit of a relief. I don't know about you, but I'm really relieved about that because the intensity has been a lot. For some of us, it's been tower moments, big changes, reevaluations of life, things that weren't working, people's situations were breaking down and ending. Or for some of us, it's been more of an inner transformation, changing who we are fundamentally as a person. But all of that, even though it's really good change, and I always believe that the universe is there to help us grow and evolve, and whether we see it at the time or not, it's always there for our highest good. It brings a lot of instability. It shakes the foundations. So if you feel like your foundations have been shook, that is the reason. That's how why we're feeling it. So now is the time to get into Taurus energy, nice and grounded, comfort, feeling secure in your body, in your mind, in your home, wherever you are, it's gaining that security. It's also, of course, with the new moon about what seeds you'll be planting, because the seeds that you plant now will be long lasting, with that earth energy. Taurus is, loyalty, long-term work for long-term gain. So it's an important time in this new moon to really refocus, to get your foundation, to decide what am I planting for the next chapter of my life, the year. So let's have a look at your tarot. Now, of course, perfect start to the new moon, we have the King of Pentacles. Now, the King of Pentacles, of course, is the, Taurus energy. He's sitting in his power. And this will be a time where you'll regain your power. And being that earth energy, it means that, everything is going to be aligned for you. So it's time to sit down, get your roots firmly planted in the ground, feel comfortable in your home, and beginning with that King energy. Then you have the Queen of Swords in reverse. Now, the Queen of Swords, when she's upright, she is crystal clear. She knows what she wants. She doesn't beat around the bush, and she's really good with putting, boundaries in. She knows what to say yes to, what to say no to. She uses her intellect and discernment. And because it's in reverse, this is telling me that, Spirit really wants you to focus on cutting out the BS. What do you need to end? What do you need to cut out? It's also a card of communication. So the only caveat with communication is to, especially when it's in reverse, maybe just be careful around the new moon that you're communicating clearly, and that, there's no, in the reverse, you can be a bit harsh and brutal. So just watch your communication. So it's about, communicating what you want and being very clear, but not in, the harsh or the negative way. So that's a bit of a warning. And then you have the Nine of Pentacles. Now, the Nine of Pentacles is perfect. It's again really reminds me of Taurus. She is sitting in the luxuries of life. She's enjoying the pleasure. the pleasure of food, her environment. And again, this is going to be really important for regaining that foundation. So if you need to spend a little bit more time at home, just getting back to your grounding. But the other message of the card is also to return to gratitude. So with all that explosive energy, we can lose sight of what's really important and what's already around us. So this is a reminder to look at what's around you, to be grateful for what you have already and to start enjoying it. And as the energy settles, it's about enjoying the pleasures of life again. And then you have the Page of Pentacles. And this is about looking at what seeds you want to plant. So the page is a new energy. And this will be the time where it's really good to regroup and think, what do I want to create? What new beginning do I want on the physical, in my physical world? So that's to do with your health. So maybe if you've had a lot of turbulent energy through the month of April or even the last couple of months and you've neglected your health, now's the time to really look at your health and decide, okay, well, what do I need to do to improve my energy, vitality, what I'm eating, but also to do with your wealth. And so what are your long-term goals with your wealth? And how do you want to create that? So it's really looking at your environment in your world and what seeds you would like to plant. So that would be the time where I'd probably recommend journaling. So journaling, looking at, okay, what's great about my life? What do I want to change? And then putting some practical steps, in place. And then the sun comes out. I love seeing this in your reading. Now, the sun, of course, is illumination. It's optimism. If April has been doomy and cloudy and difficult, now's the time where the sun comes out, feeling optimistic again. And I can really see that going, into Taurus season, certainly after the new moon on the 27th, is that you will get some lightness back, which is really good. And I think that lightness will come back after really settling down again, after all of that energy. Now let's get some more clarity on the reading and the new moon to see if Spirit wants you to do a ritual or anything at all you need to do to help regain that foundation. Yeah. Okay, interesting. So you have the Death card. Now, this is about really looking at what do I need to end. And that's a very, very powerful and strong message. So as you're regrouping and you're settling your energy, what needs to end in your life? What needs to be completed? And let's see if we can get a bit more information about that. So Spirit, what should we kind of look at ending? It'll be different for everyone because this is a collective reading, but I'm really curious. You have the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands with the Death is telling me what is blocking your energy from moving forward. So if you're passionate about something and you're stuck and you're not able to move forward with it, look at, okay, what's holding me back? This will be the time to release and look at what's holding you back. So let's get a bit more. Yeah. Okay. So you have the Hermit card. Now the Hermit is really about looking within. So it's really interesting because we have the reading of the new moon in Taurus about regrouping, finding your foundation, feeling secure again. That's going to bring in a lot more optimism. Your life is going to feel more settled, which is great. But then we have this second part of the reading, which talks about the death of something. So the ending of something that allows you to move forward. So again, if you've been stuck with a belief, an idea, procrastination, it's about looking within and seeing why I'm stuck. Now you have the Four of Pentacles there, and he's the message of, not holding on too tightly. He's really, really holding on to everything. So maybe it's about not clutching too much to your dreams and your ambitions. And let's find out. So where can you kind of loosen your grip? Now, is there another message for this new moon? Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay. So you have the 10 of Pentacles. Now, if you're working on something, then this is about loosening the grip. It's knowing that it's going to come to fruition. The 10 of Pentacles is there. This is the time to regroup, and, you can let go a little bit. You can take the time out to rest, recover, find your feet again, and that will be really helpful. Now let's get a angel number for you for this new moon. So of course it's the 27th of April, new moon in Taurus. So if you're an earth sign, you'll be feeling much more at home in that earth energy. But every sign will. We'll all be feeling more grounded, more settled. So let's see if there's a angel number. Oh, beautiful. Now you have 7777. So if you see repeat number 7, that is your sign. So look out for that. And it's perseverance. So there's a need for change on perspective on whatever has taken over you now. If you want to succeed, you will have to keep going down the road you're on. Reach for the wisdom within, and then you'll know what the right step is next. Yeah, exactly. So it's saying to keep going on the road you're on and just use your intuition to find out what step is next. But that's the message that I was getting from the second part of the reading, is that aside from grounding, it's knowing that the path that you're on will be successful. You just need to keep working at it. So if you're working on something and you're really passionate about it, you're feeling good about it, Spirit just wants you to persevere. Just keep going. And that's really Taurus energy too. The earth energy is very much like like it's the workhorse, keep doing what you're doing one step at a time for long-term success. So that's a great confirmation as well. Now let's get a spirit animal for you. And if it's not from a work situation and that you're maybe supporting other people, now's the time. The perseverance is about, just keep going, doing a lot of self-care at this time, making sure you're looking after yourself because you can't give from an empty cup. But just keep persevering because the situation will change. And just draw upon that inner strength, but really importantly, look after yourself in the process. Okay, so you have the spirit animal dragonfly. So if dragonflies are important to you, that is your sign. Look out for dragonflies as well, but they're the card of change and transformation. And that's the message on there too, change. I embrace any transformation. I'm courageous and I let go of the past. The magic of nature is within me. I am brilliant and I am blessed. Isn't that gorgeous? And then you have personal choice with a range of animals. And the message is close your eyes. What animal do you imagine? So just take a moment, close your eyes. And what animal do you imagine? What strengths are they known for? What wisdom are they known for? Embrace these qualities. So that's really tapping into your intuition. So if you need to stop the video and really take a couple of deep breaths, focus or imagine the first animal that comes into your mind. Think of what their traits are, what they're like, what they're known for, and then they're the they're the messages to embody for the month and definitely for this new moon. What a gorgeous card. I think that's the first time that card's come out in a reading, which is really good. Now let's get a fairy message for you around the new moon. So of course, if you do new moon rituals, this will be the time of planting the seeds. What are you dreaming of? Believing in the impossible. If you could have anything that you want, what would it be? And really getting in that childlike energy where the imagination is running wild and is not limited. Oh, perfect. Now you have the fairy message, manifestation. Be very honest and clear about what you want and what you wish for. Now is the time to find your purpose and pray on the manifestations and take steps towards them now. Perfect. Which is ideal for the new moon, because that's what it's all about. So find your foundation, really work on or think about what seeds you want to plant and what you want to manifest. If you feel called to, write it in a journal, light a candle, put it out to the universe, and put all of that creative focus and God-given ability to manifest into this new moon, because it'll pay off and plant seeds for your future. That is your reading for this new moon. I am sending you all of my love and light. If that has helped you, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel to never miss a reading, and I will look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.